So guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one here. But right off the bat, just want to let you know, this episode is a little different because this week, I'm headed to California. And I know you're like, okay, wait, what the hell is this channel even about? Like, you're doing gardening, he's like cleaning out his basement, so now you're making like travel vlogs or something. I know, I get it. I'm just as confused as you at this point. But here's the deal. I have to go out there for work. So I figured if I have to fly to the West Coast for work, why not keep filming and make something sweet out of it, you know? So that's what this episode is about. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a lot of writing while I'm out there, and I'm gonna try to film a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna see if I can put something sweet together for you all. Hope you dig. San Diego. I may have been here once or twice. Truth be told, I've probably ventured through this city more times than any city outside of New England. I like it here. I mean, it has its ups and downs like any place, but it's hard not to be immersed into the depth of this city when you arrive. The locals may scoff at the nickname America's finest city, and understandably so. But you gotta admit, that San Diego glow warming your skin does, in fact, feel just fine. So here I am, after 14 hours of travel. I checked into my hotel and get given a key to room number 207. Wouldn't you know, a fitting room to match my home state's area code. Mac from Maine. I'll be chilling in room 207. Listen, I actually know quite a few people from Maine out here. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of people move to San Diego. In fact, I would be willing to bet that the ratio of people who are born and raised in San Diego versus people who picked up their lives and moved them here is in favor of the latter. So what is it exactly that draws people to this place? Right? I mean, the sound of airplanes flying overhead is as frequent as a cell phone notification. The homeless are abundant and outright shameless. The income inequality is prevalent at every turn. But the weather? Oof, man, it's hard to beat the weather in San Diego. 65 to 85 degrees year-round, mild humidity. One could argue that they got the best weather in the country. And the life of the city blooms with it. Though a different life than I'm used to, it is life all the same. It's funny how when people travel, they gravitate towards the same things they feel connected to in their ordinary life. The staples. The knowns. It's funny because the whole thrill of traveling is the new place. The unknowns. And I wanted to embrace this thought during the course of my stay. I know what I feel connected to as an individual. Hell, you probably know by now too. Nature. Creativity. Good food. Connection. And I still want to experience these things no matter where I am. But I want to absorb them organically in relation with local culture. So I've had the pleasure of traveling to this city around 13 or 14 times. I've honestly lost count. but I've done the tourist gig already. You know, I've seen the gorillas at the San Diego Zoo, and I've awed at the Botanical Gardens in Balboa Park. And I've sipped on margaritas while listening to ranchera music in Old Town. And all of those were amazing experiences, and I highly recommend them to you. But this time, I wanted to feel like a part of the city. You know, I wanted to experience a little bit of the grit and go find the dive bar that the locals frequent after work and just sink beneath the cracks in the sidewalk rather than stepping over them. So my first day after work, I met up with a couple friends from back home who've been living out here for just shy of 6 months. And we decided to head down to my personal favorite area of San Diego, Ocean Beach, or better known as OB. And it was exactly how I remembered it. Raw. See, when you enter OB, you feel like you've finally arrived at whatever preconceived notion you've stereotyped Southern California to be. You got skaters, stoners, buses with surfboards on the roof racks, you know, hippies playing music on the sidewalks. Anything goes here. Shirts and shoes optional. This place is full of energy. But not the type of energy you would find up at, like, Pacific Beach, for instance. See, PB is a massive college party. And that's where you go if you want to, like, take some shots, dance with some strange, and call an Uber home. OB is where you go if you want to experience the real energy of, like, OG Californians. Go there, get yourself a Hodad's burger, and then hit up a good old salty dive bar and grab around with your friends and absorb the energy. Trust me, you won't regret it. I spent a few nights after work in OB, but tonight, some new friends I met down at Lucy's Tavern invited me to come tag along for their kickball game. So I said, why not? And to be honest, it was a fucking blast. They called themselves Bustin' Rubbers. And even just spectating, I felt invested, you know? I felt some kind of connection to these people playing kickball under the lights on a random weeknight. And Bustin' Rubbers, they dominated with a 7-0 shutout. And then we all parted ways and called it a night. I also spent some time near my hotel in the Little Italy area. One day after work, I needed a quick bite to eat, and I wanted something within walking distance, I wanted something laid back, and I wanted to be outside. So I landed on a place called the Crack Shack. And man, let me tell you, this place is legit. Don't let the fast food counter-style service fool you. The food here is no joke. They use locally sourced free-range chicken, and you can tell because it is damn good. That's the thing about Little Italy. It's known for its food. But there are lots of options. See, it's not just Italian food. The one consistency, though, between the vast variety of culinary establishments here is the food tastes fresh. See, San Diego is blessed with an exceptionally long growing season. and the restaurants in Little Italy definitely utilize fresh ingredients from local farms to consistently take their dishes to the next level. And sure, there are traditional Italian restaurants, and there are finer dining establishments that literally change their menu by the week based on local food sourcing. But there's also everything else. You know, there's pizza, Mediterranean cuisine, pub food, sushi, and then there's places like the Crack Shack. And I'm telling you, for a quick bite after work, the Firebird sandwich paired with a cold amber ale hits the spot. The atmosphere is sweet. I mean, I was people watching. I was watching planes come in. I was watching the city breathe. And that's when I saw the scooters. They were everywhere. And I guess from what I understand, these are pretty common in a lot of cities these days. I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't seen them in Maine. They were new to me, and apparently they go by many names. Links, lifts, spins, birds. I thought to myself, maybe I'll check this thing out. So I downloaded the app. You scan the QR code, and the thing fires right up. And man, that salty wind in my face, the smell of marinara sauce as I took meaningless turns through the city in motion, had me feeling free. No agenda. Just trying something new. Living in the moment. Which I think we can all agree we don't do enough of these days. Eventually, a turn landed me at Ballast Point Brewery. I stopped and enjoyed the sunset. Then I hopped back on, made my way home for the night. My last night in town was a Friday, and I really wanted to close this trip out right, you know? So I stuck around the Point Loma area for most of the night after I got out. I met up with some guys from work first over at Bali High. We grabbed one of their world-famous Mai Tais and just talked life while looking out over the water. Pretty nice view here, folks. And trust me, you will only need one of those Mai Tais. Anyway, we then went down the street and met up with some of the people from the Kickball game at a place called Catch. Now, this place may have some of the best bang-for-your-buck happy hour food around. We scarfed some of these $5 apps, and then we decided to go grab some drinks. And my new friends did not disappoint on the location. Club Marina. I mean, this felt like the mother of all dive bars. I've never even been here, and it felt nostalgic, you know? Like I took a step back in time. I mean, look at that carpet. There's no tourists here. You know, this is a local watering hole that has real people and real vibes. They got cheap beer, and I gave it bonus points because of all the games. Those of you that know me know I love games. And this place, between the pool, the pinball, the complimentary popcorn, I mean, this place could easily have me trapped for a few hours. And that's exactly what happened. 4 hours later, I caught an aroma of tortillas and oil. Could it be? Yes, it was. Street tacos. Just like that. Out of nowhere. It's like their timing can never be any better, right? There is nothing like street tacos. This guy, he had like 4 choices. Chicken, shrimp, barbacoa, carne asada. And each one of those is in its own marinade. And then each one gets its own unique topping, whether that's like grilled onions or pickled onions. Then he drizzles a little sauce on top, and boom! Simple, yet perfect. These were probably some of the best tacos I've ever had. No lie. Possibly some of the best food I had during my entire stay. Outside of a bar, standing on the sidewalk with a bunch of random people. Go figure. Perfect way to end my trip. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. This trip was short-lived, but I can't complain. I had a blast. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you, San Diego. Always a pleasure.